Welcome to Inside the Deal. I'm Trent Ziegler, your host, and this is where we break down how real operators are actually building, scaling, and closing deals in real estate today. Today, I'm joined by Alexander Bartnesky, business broker and owner at Keystone Property Consulting Corporation. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, Trent.
For the viewers, what does someone in property consulting entail at a high level? What does your business do at a high level?
Sure. So the one thing that you don't want to confuse us for, Trent, is a real estate company or a real estate brokerage. We are a consulting firm first. We happen to specialize in real estate. So the clients that we deal with, not only local to the state of Florida, because that's our sponsorship area, but internationally, our clients expect us to treat their purchases or the homes that they're going to sell as investments. So we look at them just like a piece of stock. This is what your property was worth when you bought it, or this is what the property is worth today now that you're buying it. Our job is to walk you through the investment strategy, understand what your plan is, understand how long you plan on staying in the property or how long you've been in it, and what's the appropriate time for you to put that property back on the market so that you can capitalize on your gains. During that time, we also want to make sure that you're taking advantage of whatever tax breaks or whatever laws are in place in the state of Florida so that you can maximize your profitability. It's all about the dollar at the end of the day. Most of our clients do get the opportunity to live inside the home for a certain amount of time, and those clients get a dual benefit of being there as well as capitalizing.
Right, right. So not real estate and though you are actively involved in buying and selling real estate itself,
Yes.
you focus specifically and help your clients with, I don't want to say financial planning, but investment strategy rather.
Yeah, definitely on the investment strategy part, Trent.
So give me the quick backstory. How did you get where you are today?
Oh, that's interesting. So I was in the technology field for a long time. When I got the opportunity to punch that ticket and get out of it, it was where do I go from here? How do I reinvent myself? I had a large opportunity inside of technology marketing and helping companies grow their businesses exponentially over the years to put them in a position to where they could sell to big companies like Accenture and Microsoft and HPs and those acquisition firms. The good part about that is it made me understand better how you could take a business and resell it for maximizing the potential. In the state of Florida, that's called business brokering. So I cut my teeth in business brokering. In the state of Florida, when you get that license, it's also a full scale real estate for commercial and residential development, for new home sales, for leasing and purchasing of different office spaces, and for you to be able to help buy and sell businesses and at the commercial state as well, full multi-level and multi-family buildings. So I went from just being interested in dabbling in a little bit of different marketing strategy and a different type of company to moving into full scale real estate. And then after I was an active realtor for several years, I went ahead and opened up the brokerage, became a broker myself. And now we've got, 20 plus very seasoned, well efforted and well educated agents that work for us at the company. We stay very boutique. We stay very consultative. The benefit to that is we are a lot more nimble and a lot more agile for our clients, and
Right.
their plans allow us to spread their wings a little bit and take some risks.
Right. Right. So it sounds like you had a pretty good transition from the technology world into the realm of real estate or the world of real estate.
Yeah, the best part about having a technology background is we have a full appreciation of the stack that we
Mhm.
use. So everything from the website to how we market to how we use social media to how we consistently advertise in and out of this domain, that technology and marketing background goes a long way to what
Right.
made us successful at Keystone.
Yeah. Awesome. If you don't have technology or a good technology strategy, then you're probably suffering.
Yeah, I would agree, especially today.
Yeah. Um, all right. So talking about the industry, zooming out a little bit, what major shifts are you seeing in your industry right now?
So I'm going to dive into a complicated word in the world of marketing today, and that's just general social fear. We've got way too much media that's happening out there without having full understanding of how the business or the operations work that are spreading a message that are scaring people that would normally be able to enter the market. It's not about the interest rate. It's not about the housing struggles. It's not about the quality of the houses even being built. If you're good at this game, you're educating your clients on how they take advantage of a market today, regardless of their situation. If they have the capital or they have the credit and the capability of buying a home and they have an interest and a need, they should be partnering with a good real estate agent or a good real estate brokerage so that they can actually move forward with their plan. Don't let the media scare you. They're not sitting at the table with you. They have no skin in the game whatsoever. So whatever story they're running with is simply so they get viewers. It has nothing to do with your purchasing success. So if I would say we've got challenge, I'm spending more time in today's market, Trent, re-educating our buyers and our sellers of why this is important for them to grow a better business and to grow a better opportunity for them and their families, far beyond whatever the news decided to come up with or whatever they decided to attack in the local politics of the day.
Right. Social fear. I think that social fear goes so far beyond marketing. It's I think it's a plague that has just infested like the United States of America, of course, potentially the world, you know.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And certainly, just from the few conversations that you and I have had, right down to the shirt you're wearing today, you
Mhm.
being able to express and you being able to stand upon the business and stand upon the freedoms that you've been given in this country also means that you've got the freedoms to take the risks and the freedoms to make those decisions on your own. And we simply need more clients that aren't afraid to leverage their decision-making capabilities.
Right. Yeah. I appreciate you mentioning my shirt.
Hey, it's strong in my office too, brother. Glad to see it.
Yeah. Awesome. So social fear. How has social fear directly impacted your business or growth strategy? It seems like, and maybe I guess to summarize what you just said, um, people are almost scared to want to invest in property, so that brings you less business.
Yeah, it or not less business as opposed to more strategic business. The business we do has to be very intentional today. We 2, 3 years ago, Trent, you couldn't throw a golf ball in the state of Florida hitting somebody that either wanted to buy or sell their home. Today, that's very different. The people that are looking for a house are intentional. They have a reason, they have a story, and our job is to make sure that we're using our education and everything that we can to set up for our licensing to their success. So we spend more time now leveraging educating people. Social media is a perfect example of that. We've got to put out 5 times the messaging as the local media so that people understand we're a trustworthy source. We can advocate for them in their future and goes beyond just the 1 or 2 sales that we might do in any given week. But how do we repeat that business? How do we make sure that we are confident in what we are bringing to the client and how that we're confident in the amount of success that we're going to do in the transaction so that we can stand on the business that we did together? Ultimately, instead of us having to market for that next client, they're going to market to us and bring us the next person that they believe they should do business. You know the old phrase, I got a guy. We like to be the guy they got.
Yeah, 100%. Be the guy. Be the guy. Awesome. So, zooming in a little bit on Keystone, what's working well for you right now?
So the residential market is incredibly strong. The good part about the state of Florida, and you'll hear some mixed messaging. You'll hear a lot of people saying, well, there's a lot of homes that are available. What they're not looking at is, Trent, you want to buy a home, but you want to buy a home in a specific place. If I take and draw that, just that 30-minute circle of drive time around that place, not only are there not a lot of homes available in that particular area, but 60% of those homes are probably refabs or ones that we consider gut and fix. A lot of investors are spending their time on those properties, making them better, but that's not what the general component of the market is. Once I figure out what type of property and what you want to buy, I need to be very specific in honing in on that and making sure that I can get you down to the science of following your purchase expectation. And selling goes the same way. I've got to know, why is your home the best apple on the shelf? You go into a Publix or an Albertsons or whatever that is, they may all look like they're priced the same, but the quality of each of those apples is very different. I need to have the expertise of being able to pick it up. Does it have the right thump? Is this the right color? Did somebody take the time to shine it up before I ever picked it up to put it in the bag at the grocery store?
Mhm.
It is not going down the street and picking up whatever the next apple is. It's the one that's got exactly what I'm looking for and the needs that I'm fulfilling for either myself as an investor or me as a family man that wants to provide for that group.
Right. So it seems like you got your process pretty dialed in for your clientele.
We've got the best reference that we're ever going to get is stopping them from making mistakes that we have seen other clients made. Trent, the ability to see around the corners and know where the traps are, the realtor goggles, as we tell people that we can put on to help
Mhm.
see through some of these problems, even right down to the contracting and the transfer process of properties. You've got to be good at it. Otherwise, you're going to put more risk and more liability in the hands of your client. And that leads to bad reviews, and then business is done.
Right. Right. Well, that said, on the other side of the leaf, what's been frustrating for you right now?
Yeah. Um, Clients, let's be honest. Every client is their own expert.
Yeah.
So nothing is more difficult than sitting and having a strong conversation with a customer that knows it all. Clients, hear me out on this. Don't be afraid to not be the smartest person in the room when it comes to real estate. Let us be there for you. Let us lean in heavy on our knowledge. Certainly call us out, but let's make it a conversation instead of you hardlining expectations that no one could possibly meet.
Right.
What will happen is you're going to walk into a home sale with a certain set of beliefs that only Walt Disney himself could imagineer. We need you to be realistic on what you're going to do when you come to the table on buying and selling. And if you've got partnered the right realtor on your side, we're going to take advantages of your knowledge when it comes to that time. But until it's time to finalize those choices, trust the expert that you're hiring. That's the reason that we get paid the way that we do.
Right. So let's talk about deals. An example
Okay.
of a good deal or the best deal that you have ever done. What made that deal a win?
Sure. Referral deals are the easiest deals because I don't have to rebuild that trust. For for Trent to bring me someone and have they've referred in as a friend, I bought my home through Alex and his team. This is the way a home purchase program should work. This is a company that I trust. They didn't do me wrong. I felt like I made a good purchase. I
Mhm.
didn't wake up with buyer's remorse 4 months later, and I'm finding all of the little cracks that my realtor didn't bother to come and show me in advance.
Mhm.
The cool part about that is it makes it a very easy process. The relationship build, Trent, is the hardest part of real
Right.
estate. The reason that Zillow has been so successful over the years is because they have honestly taken the quantity of the deal and made that the forefront because they couldn't necessarily rely on the quality of the sale or the purchase going through. What made us successful is understanding that those customers are going through pain today. Those customers are looking for a better level of real estate agent. They're looking for someone that's not just good in the market, but understands how to take care and listen to their needs and their wants. This isn't just sitting down with a friend and listening to their problems and trying to walk them through this. This might be the single most and largest investment that they ever make in their lives. And it's generational. If they do this wrong, it impacts every family member after them. Just like if they do it right, there is a value and an evaluation process that can be passed on to their children and even their grandchildren if they know how to invest and capitalize correctly. So
Right.
I will say the easiest part of our business is when you bring me a client because the hard work is already done.
Yeah.
All I have to do then is concentrate on their vision for the right household. The
Yeah.
hardest deals, let's flip the script. The hardest deals are the one where I have to impress someone that doesn't know me or my reputation or isn't willing to hear the direct stories or hear from any of my clients that can give them a true case study of the level of professionalism that I bring to the table. I have to prove myself every time I open my mouth. And
Hmm.
the way that we do it is with numbers. Again, technology and analytics background, it's very easy for me to talk all day long. I
Yeah.
can sell with the best of them. But if I can bring numbers to the table that proves everything that I am speaking to you about, makes it very difficult for you to forget about me tomorrow if I just leave that paperwork behind. It's
Yeah.
not just a sales pitch. Here's the numbers that support everything I'm telling you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that goes with sales anywhere, right? Building relationships and trust because people aren't buying what you're selling. They are, but they're buying you. And if your trust, if their trust in you can be deferred by, someone else or referred by someone else rather,
Right.
then immediate win.
Yeah, and remember, 90% of the real estate sales that go out there aren't because I own the inventory.
Mhm.
Typically, most real estate agents don't have any piece of the inventory that they are selling. We are truly selling someone else's property. They
Mhm.
hired us to represent them as the very best, or your buyer, you as a buyer, are hiring me to find the best of the best and get them the most logical and fair deal on both sides through negotiations. Not everybody can do that. It should never be just a simple transactional pitch from end to end. There has to be a reason behind it. There has to be a personal goal that I am fulfilling for either that buyer or seller.
Right. It's almost biblical. Relationships, our purpose for existing is on this earth is to spread the love of Jesus, and we can only do that through relationships. So the more relational you are in your job, it seems, the more successful you will be.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And to use our faith as a perfect example of why it should go the way that we do our technology, but our strategy and our company and the business that we stand on. Um, a true faith relationship in everything that we do is what carries us. Grace be to God. That's the reason that we're here every day. We don't have to show up and hope for the best. We know the best is coming. We just
Right,
have to be patient with that relationship and give it the time that it deserves. Long as you understand it's not your timeline, it'll be just fine. You just have to be confident.
right. Amen. Amen to that, brother. All right. So looking forward to the future, where do you want to be 6, 12, 18 months from now? What are your longer term aspirations or goals?
So I'll tell you, real estate is only as good as the government that's in place. We are definitely in a state of flux in the US, like it or not, regardless of which party you support. Every little change in our government changes the strategy and the strength behind our real estate market. Right now, we're kind of fortunate. Even though we're going through a transition with still a very new presidency, some very new changes that are happening in the federal state so that the people that are in control of the finances and the interest rates across this country are in a state of shock. They're making some changes, or worse, not making some changes because they're afraid of which direction something might head. So what I would say is in the next 6 to 9 months, all of my clients that are sitting on the bylines, because I've told them you need to trust your gut. If this is not your moment, then let's wait it out. We can take all the time that we need. I am very confident that the interest rates are not going to get worse. If anything, they're going to get better because as we start to realize that not everything is a conflict, and that we can actually be supportive towards making the housing market more fair, more easy for people to get a hold of it, more easy for people to have affordable housing, and for them to be able to access government monies or loaned monies so that they can have the same opportunities as the great American dream dictates. It'll be nice to watch in this next 6, 9, even 12 months that shift finally happening. So it unlocks the doors for people that maybe had a really close debt to income ratio that by just dropping the interest rates by 0.5% could open up an entire new world of selection for them.
Mhm.
The same people that have been sitting on low interest rates for the last 5, 6, and 7 years are now going to be able to get back to a more competitive rate when those rates drop too. So they'll be more apt to sell so that they can break even on their interest rate movement and they don't lose a great interest rate and buy at a high interest rate and start losing money because they're ready to change venues or avenues or places for their family and workplace too. So
Right.
I would say first year struggles, be patient, folks. If it's not your time and the numbers don't make sense, then hold off. But if you have the capability, do not wait for the market to shift. You can always refinance or reinvest in your home later to make it a better situation for you. If you have the capability of buying today under today's programs, you should move forward.
Right. So it seems like your goals are kind of dependent upon interest rates or the government to free up those who are currently waiting on the right opportunity.
Sure, I would agree with that. And I would go as far as to say, technology is also heavily on the rise and into the real estate market too. Everything from the technology stack itself, which is where we all started, from web pages all the way into CRM systems, all the way into analytical databases, now firmly into social media so that we can market ourselves through multiple platforms. Now, all the way into AI, which is helping people strategize faster, more efficiently. And as long as they keep the human component plugged in, it's going to help things go a lot faster, which is where the next 2 to 5 year plan for Keystone is really important. We've got to make sure to stay on top of technology. So when our clients come to us with a technological edge, we've
Mhm.
got to be able to combat that with realistic numbers and with realistic response. Just as quickly and efficiently as they were able to get it on their phone within 30 seconds, we've got to be able to come back to them with written doctrine showing this is what you heard, this is why you heard it. And with our education, this is the reason that we feel that it's going in a certain direction.
Right. And so are you currently at a point in your business with Keystone to where you do offer that same one-to-one comparison of client comes to you with X information and you match X information?
Yes, that's exactly what we do. So whenever you're going to be strategic towards real estate, you've got to be able to match ideals to the numbers. So
Mhm.
we make sure to not only expose all of that, but certainly if they're coming to us with next level technology too, this is what my AI real estate software told me. What do you think about that? We have
Right.
to be able to run it against agents and add that fuel of education and experience to the other end, reminding our client the difference between your AI and our AI is that you just asked questions. You have no idea what the controls or what the boundaries were to the AI agent that you were using, or what information did it touch to come to the answer. Your AI agent never walked into that property that you're either about to buy or that you're about to sell.
Mhm.
We're going to take that same information. We're going to walk into the home and use our experience so that we can either ratify or eliminate that AI solution as an opportunity for you.
Right. And how are you guys currently using AI as a part of your workflows with your clients?
So the best part about AI for us is fast and immediate and accurate response. So we can respond to generation emails much faster. We can actually respond to analytics and numbers much quicker than us going through the very old and archaic modeling behind a lot of the MLS databases that are out there today. Those are old SQL databases that are used to having 5,000 fields to get an answer. With AI, we can summarize and get that information a lot quicker to our clients. So they're getting the answers to the question more with more immediacy. So it's also giving them some definite confidence whenever we publish all of that to them.
Right. What do you see, where do you see the biggest opportunity that AI presents in your industry?
Cost savings. AI is not meant to replace anybody's job. AI is meant to eliminate redundancies and eliminate things that could be automated. if I've got if I have a system that is online at night answering basic questions because of my experience, if it's answering quick search solutions based on what Keystone represents at night, when these clients are home from work and they're shopping in the middle of the night when they can't sleep, it
Mhm.
keeps me from having to worry at 8 o'clock in the morning. Did I lose them to another realtor already? Because while they were looking for me, The Zillows, the Realtor.coms of the world, the Homes.coms are busy assigning them agents without any specifics to whether or not they're a good business match or not. For us, that way it can keep them tuned in to why they want to do business with us to begin with. It will be honest with them and say, Alex or one of the other agents associated with the company will be back with you first thing in the morning. In the meantime, let's shop around and see how I can answer questions through you as an AI agent. And while you're interested in looking tonight, let's partner together and continue to have that, keep that interest going.
Right. Now, what would be the cost of not implementing these automated solutions using, current technology in your business?
Fantastic question. The cost is your business. While you're busy sleeping, my AI agents and my technologies are busy supporting my clients' needs when they want to work, not when I have the capability or the capacity of working. And during the day, I'm not just sitting here at a computer waiting for Trent to call me so I can have a new conversation.
Mhm.
I'm actively answering questions for my clients throughout the day. I'm out showing properties. I'm out looking at new listings. I won't always be able to grab that first phone call,
Mhm.
but for a transcription agent or something like that to be able to get on the phone very quickly and not just an answering service that no one listens to voicemail anymore, can simply say, Alex is with a client right now. If you will please tell me your questions, I will transcribe them for them. So when Alex calls you right back, he will have answers ready to go for you. So you don't have to start this conversation all over again. It's showing more understanding on why the technology should be supplemental to your business actions. For those agents, no offense, you folks that have been in the game for 20 years plus, but if you haven't dragged yourself into a technology room and learned something new, technology is going to pass you by just like it always has. And unfortunately, you're going to be waiting for how can I knock on the next door while I've knocked on 5,000 doors simply by jumping onto YouTube that morning at 8 o'clock.
Right. Nice. I love it. So, closing out here, what advice would you give to somebody who is just getting into property consultation or getting into a career in real estate?
Yeah, fantastic. The real estate license in all 50 states, Trent, isn't going to teach you how to do real estate. It's
Right.
going to teach you how to stop getting sued. It's going to make sure that you know everything you need to legally stand on business. And that's important. And I've said that a lot in today's talk.
Mhm.
Stand on business, learn your craft. Never stop learning the next thing that's coming in real estate. There are no fads. There is only an opportunity for technology to change how this business has been done for 100 years in the United States. And if you're really good at it, and if you put the best foot forward every day when you come into work and treat it like the job that it deserves, give it that level of effort, you're going to find that although you have some strategy to be able to open up some time relative to you, all those memes and the jokes you see on the internet about there's never a real estate agent on vacation will become your life. It will consume you. So, best advice for new real estate agents: learn everything every day. Never stop learning. You are in a large product base. Everything from mobile homes to cajillion dollar properties, you need to know everything about it. So when we get into a true sales conversation, I know what it is you're buying, and that's going to help me give you the best strategy on how to buy it.
Right. Love it. Well, Alex, where can people find you at?
So you can find us online at Keystone Property Consulting Firm. Our website will send you to all of our social medias. We're on all of them, on from X all the way into YouTube. Every Saturday morning at 9 a.m., Trent, we also do a field study for everybody that's willing to listen, and it's recorded, and you will see those shorts pop up on everything from TikTok to Instagram. So you can find us anywhere that there is to have social media on the internet. Contact us directly. Our numbers are there too. Or you can reach out to our offices as much as you would like, 24/7. If I can't answer, one of my AI agents will at 813-596-5577.
Super. Well, thanks for coming on today and giving us some insight into your operations. If you're out there and you need a cajillion dollar property, reach out to Alex.
That's it. We've got you covered.
Thanks for coming on, Alex.
Thank you, Trent. Have a great day, buddy.